mercies that you have bestowed upon your people. You are so great and so gracious unto us, and we love you, and we are wanting to just praise your name, God, and those who see, who are with us, the few who are with us, and those who are out viewing from afar, God. We just ask you to be with each and every person. Be with our country. Be with our community. Be with our world, Lord. And we're just trusting you, God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Lord, we thank you. Hallelujah. 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 We bless you, Lord. We bless you. Hallelujah. One with God, the Lord Most High.
Oh, hallelujah.
Come on.
In hidden glory and creation, now revealed in you of Christ. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a beautiful name it is. Nothing compares to this. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus. You were the Word in the beginning. Hallelujah, hallelujah. We just love the Lord. Let me tell you, in the midst of problem, in the midst of crisis, in the midst of situation, God is still God. Back in the old-timey day, we used to sing a song that talked about and said something like, He's God in the Father, He's God in the Son, He's God in the Holy Ghost, He's God all three in one. Yeah. I know God is God, and God don't ever change. I know God is God, and He always will be God. Yes. And it says things like He's God when the lightning's flashing. He's God when the thunder rolls. He's God all over creation. Yes, He's God down in my soul. Yes. Hallelujah. I know God is God, and God don't ever change. I know God is God, and He always will be God. Hallelujah. So we just love the Lord today, and we know that God is God. Situations come, situations go, and sometimes people say, why? And you know, we don't always know the answer to every why, but let me tell you what, as Job was in his day, we have to be in our day. Listen, Job was upset and situations going on, and he was troubled and he was bothered, and listen, I've been doing a study on Job right recently. I've done a study on him before, but let me tell you, there's some good stuff in there. If you can get past the belly aching that Job and his three friends did. Hallelujah. If you can get past it, there's some good things that are there. There's some important things that are there. That no matter what, God is searching out. Well, He's not searching out. God already knows. He knows who loves Him. He already knows that. Yes, He does. But you know, sometimes we don't always know the depths of how much we really love God and trust Him until we're tried in some aspects of life. Now, for some people, what our country is going through with this whole coronavirus and the world, not just our country. Listen, the whole world is groaning and travailing. But what this is going through is putting some people in hard situations. If you're one of those people who can't go to work, it's a hard situation, thank God. that we're hopefully going to get a little bit of stimulus money from it. But if you're one of those people who you can't go through your normal day of living, then it's not easy. And it's a challenge. But the challenge, the biggest challenge is, will we still worship God in the very midst of the problem? And see, that's how Job had to get to. He worshiped God when everything was wonderful. But then, God knew what kind of character he had. You know, sometimes it's not that others don't understand our character. It's never that God doesn't understand our character. But sometimes we don't always know our own character until there's a challenge. Until there's a challenge. Hallelujah. And then, you know, it's a matter of learning how to trust God in a bigger and a stronger relationship. Sometimes we just, you know, we love the Lord, but I've heard it said a lot of times, you don't really know how much you can stand or what is until you stand something. And if I ask, I'm sure that most people around would say, I have stood through some things. And very true. But we don't always know the depths of how much we love the Lord until we're challenged.
You're right.
Until we're challenged. And then we understand. There are people right now, and maybe you're not so challenged by what's going on. Maybe some people are really enjoying this stay-at-home business. But I know that everybody is different, and for some people, it's a challenge to stay at home some. It's a challenge. Listen, for our congregation and for our body of people, let me tell you one of the biggest challenges that we have to remind ourselves of is that we don't go out and hug people and shake hands and to be social. That's a big challenge for us, to be social. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. You know, and so there are things that are challenging us with this. Some people are challenged more than others with what the world is going through. But let me tell you what, here is a good thing about what is going on today. The Bible tells us that the whole world, this isn't just a Kings Mountain thing. This isn't just a North Carolina thing. This isn't just a United States thing. This isn't just a North America thing. This is a worldwide thing.
Yes, right.
And when I think about it from the worldwide perspective, the Bible tells us that the whole earth groans and travails for a manifestation of the sons of God.
Amen.
Now it says sons, but what it means is the people of God, men or women, for manifestation of the sons of God. In this time of challenge, what are we manifesting? Are we manifesting the hoarding up of all the toilet paper? Help us, Lord. Are we manifesting the hoarding up of all the hand sanitizer? What are we manifesting? Are we manifesting being considerate of our neighbors and our friends? What are we manifesting? This whole world is groaning and travailing for a manifestation of the children of God to show who they really are in this hard time. And you know what? Sometimes God will allow things. I don't say God puts it on there, but God will allow things to come so that not only will you know what's in the heart of other people, but you'll know what's in your very own heart. And let me tell you what, we can come out as pure gold, trying to do all of the things. You know, I said the other day in church that God has not given us the spirit of fear. He's not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. He hasn't given us the spirit of fear, but of power. With this whole coronavirus thing, we have power. You are a powerful person. You are a powerful person. If you can learn not to rub your nose when it itches, you are powerful. You've got power not to do that, but let me tell you, especially now with the allergy season in, man, how many times you want to rub those eyes, rub that nose? How many times does your nose run when you have allergies and you want to help us? all huggy people. And they come to church here sometimes, and they're probably happy that they don't have to hug everybody's neck. No, that's just foolishness. But anyway, but we have the power to not do these things.
Yeah.
And so we're not afraid, we're going to work from the position of power. Amen. That there are some things that we do have power. Amen. Listen, talk to me, but don't get in my face and spit on me. You have power not to do that, and I have power not to do that. Amen. So we have power. He's not given us the spirit of fear, but He's given us the spirit of power, things that we can do, of love, that I'm compassionate for you, that I will try not to do the things that are going to hurt you, and of a sound mind, that I am not going to allow the fear of this world, the fear of the things that may be coming on this world, to make my mind go crazy. When you see all these people who they're having these panic attacks for afraid of the things that are around. They are around. Yeah. They are around. It is real. We have the stats that are rolled out every day on the television, on the media. So they are real. But we are going to have not the spirit of fear, but the power, the love, and of the sound mind. Why do you think these people are hoarding up all this stuff that they don't need to do? I can't tell you. If you're going to get something from these stores, most of the time, get it in the morning, because by afternoon, there's nothing there. I cannot tell you how many times I have gone to the toilet paper aisle, and that whole thing is gone. Listen, there's not that many more people needing toilet paper than they did a month ago.
You're right.
But why is it? Why is it?
Fear.
It's fear because their minds are tormented. They don't have a sound mind, and they're tormented. So you know what happens? You know what happens when you go and you see all that stuff going? You know what that makes you want to do? That makes you want to go and hoard it up too. But don't.
That's right.
Let's pray and ask for the guidance of God. And not just the guidance of God, but the guidance of our government, our media. Our people are saying, please, leave some on the shelf for somebody that might need some. There's the trucks are running back and forth as fast as they can. So if you've got from floor to ceiling stacked with toilet paper, your mind's not thinking right. I mean, we need to get a grip. It's that fear. It's that fear. He's not given us the spirit of fear, but of power. Buy you one extra pack of toilet paper. Or two if you really feel like you need it. But He's not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind. Hallelujah. I don't say go down to your last roll if you got 4 people in the family. That might be unwise. Might not be very wise. But let's use some common sense in some things. And the Lord is judging the hearts of mankind. And I am not even hardly going to get started on the people who are hoarding it up and trying to sell it at a higher price. Listen, that is nothing but greed in the heart of mankind who is preying on other people. That's all that is. That's a predator spirit who is hoarding up necessity things and going to charge. That's greed. That's a predator. And if I'm speaking to anybody who is doing that, listen, you can repent to God. Amen. And then take something to help your neighbor or people who are without. Hallelujah. He has not, if I say anything that you need to remember, that I need to remember, He has not given us the spirit of fear. Does that mean that we will not catch the coronavirus? It doesn't mean that. But we're not going to be tormented about it. If we do, and we are in God's hands. If we don't, and we are in God's hands. We're going to use our power. We're going to have compassion on other people.
That's right.
and we're not going to go crazy. And the Lord will honor us.